Clients, again, check your emails. Your video training is there. All right, so let's go into Apple. We looked at the bid pattern on Apple, and then we looked at trail stops. Okay, so I'll pull this guy up. Right here is where the pattern completed on Apple at around 118, 120s. Since that time, obviously, stops held. We had the impulse move into these swing highs at 135, followed by the outside return, higher low, 129.80, followed by, here's the higher high and the higher close yesterday that we talked about for what? Trail stops. Okay, so let's look at two things on Apple. Number one, I want to run an extension. There's the swing low prior to that new structure high. Then I want to pull this back down and note a 127, 1618 extension. Okay, so you'll see we're approaching the 127 extension at 142. So again, as we're trading right there at 138, that trades up over $18, and the scalping contracts have been hit. Okay, so again, whatever portion that is, whether it's 10 shares, 50 shares, or 5,000, half of the position taken off right there as the market rallied into that 130 area for about $10 per share. Now, look left. After the new structure high, right there's the higher low. That low comes in at 129. And again, the projected highs are well into that 160 and beyond. Okay? So consider, again, cyclical. Fourth quarter coming up, holiday season, retail, iPod, iPhone, all that fun stuff. And consider that we're approaching that 127. Okay, so outside return right here, that swing low, structure stops would be below this low at 125.75 or 126.40. But again, you see that's 12 full dollars of risk. Okay, so with that risk, we also discussed another stop. Okay, 200% ATR. Apple daily, average true range 5.4. So that would be approximately $11 on the trail stop. So simple to calculate. Take the highest high since entry. Right now it's 139.65 minus that 11, 128.65, and then number round. Okay, so that would produce a trail stop at around 28.40 versus the structure stop right here, which would be 26.40. Okay, so structure relevance would be an additional $2 of risk. Okay, so there's Apple. All right, let's go look at AMAT. Applied Materials. Okay, that one pulled back down into the 618. That one hit the net right here. And then again, note that it rallied back into this 2150 area, finding structure resistance, approximate 618 retracement of that last move. Okay, again, look left. Structure support becomes resistance. See beautiful symmetry. 1, 2, 3 drives to a top. Each one of those a measured move. So let's take the swing low to this initial impulse high, copy paste, drop it in at the swing low prior to the rally into that new structure high, copy paste, drop it in at that swing low for the drive into that swing high. Okay, that projected 2330s, swing highs came in at 23. So again, 1, 2, 3 drives to a top. Then this one broke structure, this outside return. Now let's take the retracement from the swing low to that new structure high. You'll see the market pulled back into the 618. Look left, resistance becomes support. From that swing low, look left. Where did that move start? Approaching the 618 retracement, 2180s. Okay, same type of symmetry we looked at yesterday in the S&P 500. Now let's take a look at Dell. I think, DB, didn't you mention that they blew out earnings? So Dell's back into the 786 retracement of the last move. Now let's look longer term out into a weekly time frame. Okay, what patterns present themselves? Now again, remember, pure technical trading, just chart analysis. We've got 2 measured moves. Okay, so I'm going to pull in my swing high. I want to watch the drop down into this initial impulse low. I'm going to measure that move, copy and paste, and now drop it in. What was the swing high prior to the new structure low? Right there. Look at the one-to-one measured move and symmetry. Hold that swing. So I'm going to make that the X to A leg, and I can see that I had an ABCD price pattern that exists. From there, the market retraced. Previous structure support on a weekly basis in Dell became resistance. We tried to extend the X to A leg, and now here's a possible projection. So on a weekly time frame, reasonable technical expectations would be a move into the 3370s. Now, look at 3370, 1618. That swing high right there, 3322. So I've got weekly structure resistance at that swing high from December 16th of 05. I've also got a 1618 extension of an A to B leg right here. Now, let's take it further. Let's take the weekly swing high in Dell down to this structure support, and I find a point of confluence where the 1618 extension meets the 618 retracement. So there's a pattern sell on a weekly basis, 3350 in Dell. Now let's take the last leg of the move over here and focus. I want the swing low that occurred right here prior to a drive to that new structure high. Did this weekly high take out the previous swing high? Yes. Did we get a higher close? Yes. So I want to measure that leg. You'll see that the 1618 of that leg drops in at 3450. Okay, 80 cents above. Now we're starting to build strength of signal for that area to be a bit of a wall. Get rid of this. Now you see that we pulled back down into the 618 retracement. Now let's also take the measured move. We'll take the weekly swing low to that impulse high, copy and paste that leg. If this swing low holds, then where would we expect based on an ABCD price pattern? I'll drop it in right where that swing low held, and you'll see that this drives into that swing high. Okay, dropping is just below the 618 retracement. So that would be a one-to-one measured move as well. All right, so weekly Dell short entry, 33 bucks. Now, the final thing is, let's look at time up. Swing low, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 weeks, 18 weeks to the swing high. If you look at this swing low, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 weeks to the swing high. Note the time and price relevance as far as the symmetry. Okay, 1-to-1 measured move and 1-to-1 symmetry, 18 versus 19 weeks. So if this higher low holds, then what do you expect moving right here? Okay, so with that thought process in mind, what was the date of the swing low? August 17th. Okay, so from mid-August, 18 divided by 4 is 4.5 months. Cyclical, computer sales, retail during the holidays, possible. Watch time and price into 3320.